Today I was going to talk about the benefits of practicing music on a wobble board. This is something I learned from Julian Lage while taking some lessons with him online. I've also studied with 3 other Alexander Technique instructors, all of which said that playing music with the entire body engaged is beneficial. When we try to balance on the wobble board while we're playing music, we are forced to engage the entire body in the process of music making. This is a very new experience for most of us, and I found it to be very beneficial. Not only does this improve your balance in general and the feeling of stability when you're off the wobble board, it also helps you engage your entire body while you play and to get familiar with what that actually feels like. When our entire body's involved in the process of making music, it becomes much more immersive and enjoyable. And so this is a very beneficial practice, which I would recommend trying. The first step in the process is learning how to balance on the wobble board without your instrument. This might take some time. I've worked on this for about 5 years and only recently have been able to really utilize the whole practice without the wobble board touching the ground. Starting off by putting the wobble board on a yoga mat or on a rug will really help facilitate your balance. You can also use your hand touching a wall or your hand on a nearby table. This will also help facilitate your balance, making the wobble board easier to master. Once you can stand comfortably on the wobble board for 30 seconds or so, you can start bringing your instrument into the practice. First, stand just with your instrument, and then later, as you gain more balance, start practicing simple things like long tones, scales, etudes, memorized material. And lastly, you can move to improvisation. What you may discover doing this is that you naturally edit down the things you play because you're trying to balance at the same time. And the actual physical balance creates a more conceptual balance in your playing. You tend not to overplay as much, and you tend to play lines that are more logical and have been simplified down. Basically, ideas that you can play while maintaining good balance. So it's a very interesting and intuitive method for gaining an understanding of how you improvise and how the body is involved with the art of improvisation. Another thing you'll notice is that when you get off the wobble board, you feel extremely stable, and the ground feels very firm beneath your feet, and you feel very rooted to gravity. It's a very noticeable experience, and it's an experience that you can take with you onto stage when you play. In short, better physical balance creates better mental balance. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please leave a comment. My name is Matt Otto. I'm a tenured professor at Kansas University. You can visit mattotto.org and download free PDFs and lessons. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you on the next one.